Hey there, Careblazers! Welcome back to the place where we talk about everything dementia. Dr. Natalie here, and in today's video, I'm answering a question from a fellow Careblazer, Geri. Geri asks, how do I get my loved one with dementia to move closer to adult children? Well, Geri, today's video is for you, and I hope it can help some of you other Careblazers out there. Before we start talking about the things that you can do to help make your loved one more open to moving, it's important that we stop and think about what you're asking your loved one to do. You're asking your loved one to move away from a place that they're familiar with, to move away from a place that they're comfortable with, to move away from a place that maybe they've been living for many decades. This is not an easy thing to ask of somebody, but it's often a thing that Careblazers have to do to keep their loved ones safe. So before we start going over these tips, I just want everybody to have a little compassion and understanding about why this might be so difficult for your loved one. Tip number one to increase the chances that your loved one would be open to a move is to highlight the positive aspects of moving and avoid explanations that talk about their need for extra help, for supervision, or the need to move for their safety. Although those things are true, they may not believe it, as we've talked about in previous videos, that not everybody with dementia believes that they need this extra help. So instead you want to focus on the positive aspects, whatever that move has to offer. In Geri's case, it sounds like you want your loved one to move closer to children, so you would want to highlight things like the family misses you, they want to see you, we want to get together more, spend extra time together. You can come and see the grandchildren play soccer games, or graduation's coming up and you'd be able to go and participate in that. So whatever positive aspects you can highlight, those are definitely the things you want to focus on, more so than the fact that they just need extra help and supervision. Tip number two, when your loved one starts to voice disagreement with wanting to move, try to resist the urge in offering them explanations about all the reasons why they have to move. Safety, supervision, they're no longer able to manage their own home. Instead, listen to your loved one, hear them out, validate their feelings, tell them that you love them, hear what their fears are, let them know that you're going to be there with them every step of the way, and just let them talk. Using active listening skills is going to get you so much further than jumping into all of the reasons why they have to move. Remember the video we did a while back on the 3 things to never do with your loved one who has dementia? Rationalization is one of them. Tip number 3, when you choose to bring up this topic with your loved one, make sure that it is at a time where you and your loved one are the most calm, happy, and peaceful times of the day. Don't bring up this subject if you and your loved one are already experiencing higher than normal levels of stress, or if you and your loved one are feeling anxious or just having a bad day. Tip number 4, if your loved one is hesitant about the move, consider doing some trial runs. If it's possible, taking your loved one to the location where they would be living closer to family and using that time for the family to come by and visit with them, talk with them, do activities with them, making sure that the whole family's on the same page about you're asking your loved one to uproot wherever they are and move closer to family. Let's make sure the whole family follows through and does their part as well. So doing some trial runs could help make your loved one feel more comfortable about the move, and could also let them know how much of a more pleasant and happy life that they could be having closer to family. If safety of your loved one is more of an immediate concern and you're afraid that some trial runs isn't enough and your loved one needs to move sooner rather than later, you could consider a compassionate lie and talk to your loved one about taking a temporary trip to see family for a special event, like a family reunion or a graduation or a celebration of some sort, knowing that it's not going to be temporary and it's going to be longer. I know that this is a touchy subject. I have done a video in the past about why compassionate lying is okay for somebody with dementia, and if it comes to imminent safety concerns with your loved one, this may be the route to go. Tip number 5, when your loved one does finally make the move, or if your loved one is making a trial visit to the place where they're considering moving, try to have their room or their home decorated and filled with things that are familiar to them and meaningful to them. So whether it's old family photos, a favorite blanket, favorite movies, whatever the case may be, take some thought into how your loved one would feel in their new environment and put some things in there that would make them feel more at home. Tip number 6, you could consider talking to your loved one's doctor or healthcare team about the importance of moving your loved one to a more safe place, and your doctor and healthcare team could help talk to your loved one about moving and help explore their hesitation. Sometimes getting the news or encouragement from somebody other than family can go far for somebody with dementia. Tip number 7, remember that any adjustment for somebody with dementia is challenging, and your loved one may not adjust immediately to their new living environment. So be patient. Usually within a couple of weeks, they'll start to adjust and feel more comfortable, and realize you need to be patient with yourself as well. Moving your loved one with dementia is hard on the person with dementia, but it can also be hard on you Careblazers who are having to do something that your loved one is saying they don't want to happen. So be gentle on yourself during this time. Geri, other Careblazers, I hope this video has been helpful to you in some way. I wish you the best of luck in moving your loved one to a safer environment. I did do a video a while back on how to get your loved one to move to a nursing home when they don't want to go, and there could be some tips in that video that you'll find helpful. Also, if you are watching this video and you've had success in moving your loved one to another place, even when your loved one didn't want to go, leave a comment below and let us know what you did or what approach you took, as that could help Geri and other Careblazers out. Alright Careblazers, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't downloaded the Careblazer Survival Guide, you can click on the link below. Also, you can follow me over on my new Facebook page, Dementia Careblazers. I hope to connect with you over there. Okay, until next week. Bye.